What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about Twitch, their latest story, and it's been a lot going on with Twitch. The biggest thing I want to talk about has to do with their workforce reduction, and this comes after the fact that Amazon announced that they were going to be laying off, the number was 9,000 employees across multiple business units, and Twitch was listed as one of them. So naturally people are like, oh, how many people is it going to affect at Twitch? Well, Twitch put out a blog post recently talking about this particular topic, and it's going to be just over 400 people. That's quite a bit. I think Twitch is averaging between 1,000 and 2,000 employees. I don't know how many exactly there are, but I'm assuming it's between 1,000 and 2,000 employees. So 400 is a big chunk. So it reads, today I shared with Twitch employees that we've made the difficult decision to reduce the size of our workforce, which results in us having to say goodbye to just over 400 people. As a company focused on building community together, this decision was incredibly difficult and one we did not make without considerable thought, of course. Anytime there is a workforce reduction in any company, there's quite a bit of conversation that happens. I don't think a lot of it is random. I mean, you can talk about, you know, the motivations behind getting rid of people. Those motivations could be wrong, but there is some deliberation that happens. So I'm pretty sure then you just say, okay, this, and randomly pick stuff. So of course, there's going to be some considerable thought. Now, in a related story, Emmett Shear, the CEO of Twitch, just left the company. This dude just left. It's kind of a coincidence. I don't know if it's a coincidence or it just seems like the timing is kind of strange. I'm choosing my words carefully because it's barely been a week since Emmett announced that he was leaving the company as CEO, and he was giving up the role to Dan. I forget Dan's last name, Dan Clancy, who's now the acting CEO. And less than a week into the company, or about a week into the company's CEO, they got to chop 400 heads from the company. That is not a good look for a new CEO, and that's probably hard to best that first impression. I don't even know how to say it. It's like, it's hard to sugarcoat this. 400 people gone as your first tenure in Twitch. You know, he was president before. Now I guess he's president and CEO. Like many companies, our business has been impacted by the current macroeconomic environment, and user and revenue growth has not kept pace with our expectations. In order to run our business sustainably, we've made the very difficult decision to shrink the size of our workforce. Not to belittle this, but there's layoffs going everywhere. Layoffs are going on everywhere. Microsoft, Amazon, Apple. I'm pretty sure every big tech company out there, which saw a lot of record revenue and growth during the last few years, where a lot of companies were failing, I think they're starting to feel the downturn of that peak. And some companies are preparing for a bigger storm that's coming in a few years or something. They're just trying to make sure that they don't overspend and overinvest, you know, which kind of does the thing. It kind of ensures the future of the company. So long-standing companies have gone through this many times. I mean, there've been many ups and downturns in the economy. Anyway, so millions of streamers choose Twitch every day to build and engage with their communities. I and the rest of the leadership team are confident that we have big opportunities ahead to support you and grow Twitch. Our singular focus has always been on inspiring, growing, and sustaining our streamers globally. That will never change. And it's a little bit, it's concerning for Twitch streamers because Twitch is getting a lot of negative press lately. They have gone on record to say that they're going to basically cut our paychecks for a lot of bigger streamers. Not me, but we're moving to a 50-50 revenue share system across a lot of streamers, right? And that was met with a lot of negative response. It's rare that, you know, this type of thing happens for this type of company. I mean, we can compare ourselves to YouTube and Facebook, and these type of companies haven't been around that long, so we really don't have a lot of history to go by. But it's difficult to swallow that a company that is supposedly so big and a company that supposedly brings in a lot of money has to cut our revenue share. And, you know, Twitch kind of answered some of these questions in the past when they told us that, hey, it costs a lot of money to run the site too. And me as a consumer of the product, I'm like, I don't care, you know. But me as a streamer, you know, I'm kind of like, you know, I have to keep my eye on this because I am a contractor per se, like an independent contractor to Twitch. So they are kind of like an employer, but I'm an independent contractor. So you kind of have to have a sense of what the operating costs are, you know, for a site like Twitch. But them laying off 400 people is sad. It is really, really sad that many people are going to lose their jobs. You never like to see people lose their jobs. I don't care what the situation is. You just don't like to see it. And a lot of times I like to point the finger at upper management, because when people lose their jobs, it's because you were hiring too much. That's kind of like what I like to, that's what I attribute it to. It's like, if we got to reduce headcount, somebody hired too much, right? Somebody made the decision to grow this sector, grow this and grow that. And there was lack of foresight and lack of risk management, so that now we have to cut those costs, or we have to cut those people. So to me, I don't blame like one person, like a CEO or something. It's usually a combination of multiple people management that they just made the wrong decision. And a lot of times it's not their fault, because they can't foresee everything, but the responsibility does fall somewhere, and it's usually on them, especially those people that push for these projects and push for something for whatever motivation, for whatever reason that they wanted to do something, for whatever reason that, it could be ambition, could be recognition, could be just a passion project. For whatever reason, they push for something to go through. They hired people, and now those people are getting laid off. That's just part of it. That's not the whole thing in a nutshell. It's not that simple, of course, but it is sad. It's sad to see, and Twitch has got to make some. They're gonna be some tough decisions they're gonna have to make very soon. My fear, and this is me coming from like the old days when there was like Justin TV, Ustream, blog.tv. Man, it was so many sites back then, right? It was a big streaming boom. Ustream.tv ended up kind of in a tough situation as well. And what they did, similar to what livestream.com did, is that they moved to a paid model. Yeah, they stopped relying. I mean, Ustream was ultimately bought by IBM, and they moved to a paid model. They realized that they could not sustain that business on advertising alone. Something Twitch is finding out. So my fear is that we're moving to a paid model very soon, and nobody's gonna like that, because this generation is used to everything being free via ads, and then they get mad with the ads and they block them. This is going to be a shock for a lot of people. It's going to help YouTube, that's for sure. YouTube is like, we got this. I really fear that Twitch is going to have to move to a paid model. Now, what that paid model is, generally when companies do this, they have a free option. There's usually a free option in there somewhere, but they're going to offer tiers. I really think they're going to offer tiers. This is an opinion. This is not based on anything I know, any insider knowledge. I don't have any of that stuff. But I think they're going to offer tiers. I think there's going to be maybe a $5, maybe $10 or $15 plan that will offer some benefits like VOD retention, number of clips per month, emote slots. All the things that are tied to partnership and affiliate right now. Because we're kind of seeing the mold between affiliate and partner kind of come together. I talked about that in my other video, how there's not going to be a difference between affiliate and partner. I think Twitch probably is just going to move to verified, and all the partner features and all the affiliate features and stuff like that, they're going to be paid tiers. Some people aren't going to like that, but some people are going to like that. And ultimately, I think Twitch is going to need something like that, because they are already underwater. They're already underwater. They're already in the red, if you want to go there. They're already in the red when it comes to their business model, and the economy is getting worse. So yeah, they're going to cut 400 people, but how much time is that going to buy them? They're going to have to make some really big changes very soon, or things are going to get worse. They're probably going to have to cut more people, or they're going to go more into the red, and Amazon's going to be like, hey, you guys are bleeding a little bit too much. Some things got to change. So there's going to be pressure from Amazon. If there already isn't pressure from Amazon, there's going to be even more pressure from Amazon. So Twitch has really got to get their act together. They have got to change things. Either their business model has to be changed, or they're going to have to start charging, because advertising's drying up. I just received my ad incentive program for April, and it's the lowest it's ever been. They're doing a new estimate thing, and I was a little bit skeptical when they announced a new ad incentive program for Twitch. They were talking about, oh yeah, we're going to give you an estimate. You have the option to opt out, blah, blah, blah. But the estimate has a low end too. It has a high end and a low end. The old ad incentive had a guaranteed amount. This has a range, and the range is massive. It's like, this particular candy bar is going to cost you $1 or $100. Somewhere in between. It's a pretty big range. So the ads are drying up. I know it's the beginning of the year. Ads are usually don't pay that well in the beginning of the year, but I got a feeling that it's not going to get much better because of just how rough the economy is, and there's a lot of things going on in that realm. So I really think Twitch is going to start charging, and I think this layoff thing is just something that was going to happen no matter what because of the economy. But Twitch's issue is compounded by the fact that they are already in the red. Even in a good economy, they're losing money. So we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for my patrons at patreon.com/Bwana. Thank you so much, guys, for being so awesome. I want to thank each and every one of you. You guys make my life so much better. You definitely support the stream. You support the content that I do. And without you, this could not be done. So if you want to support me, go to patreon.com/Bwana, where you can give as little as $5 a month, and you can help me out. It really, really, truly does help me. It prevents me from having to stream 15,000 hours on Twitch in order to make a living, and I definitely don't want to do that because it will literally kill me. And we don't want that, do we? No. Some of you probably do, but you ain't gonna get it. This is Bwana from Bwana.tv. Everybody have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.